Good morning, good afternoon and good evening YouTube. What's going on? It's your boy Joey Does Tech and welcome yourselves back to a brand new video. Slightly different camera angle to what we usually have and the reason being is because we have a box to open and it's quite a big box. So I am going to quickly open it and I'm going to show you what we have for today's video. This was not simply boxed, man. What's the fault? I can hear you screaming. The fault is that it just doesn't turn on. And the warranty sticker has not been opened. Now, I have an Xbox One power brick and obviously a HDMI and a controller. So, this is good news because it just means that we can test if we can get it to turn on. I'm venturing into new realms here. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to get this working. The only experience I've had with an Xbox One is cleaning it. So this is going to be very, very interesting. We have a football sticker on this one as well. Unique Football Academy, does that say? I don't know. Let's. I'm going to change the camera angle now, so you guys are going to come in from bird's eye view, and we're going to see if we can get this one working. No experience. Let's do it. So this is a more familiar angle, I'd say, that you guys are used to. It's just going to be a little bit awkward because the Xbox is obviously a rather big, fat console. And I'm going to try my hardest to get this apart and do everything on camera to include as much as I can. I'll also put a picture of the listing up as to what it said on eBay, but it basically just doesn't power on at all. But first things first, before I'm going to test it, I'm actually going to take the casing off. Don't ask me why. So let's do that. Look how disgusting this USB port is. The warranty sticker I've just taken off, but it was a little bit loose. So it wasn't as sticky as I thought. So I'm now starting to think that maybe somebody's taken it off and then glued it back on. And just for reference, for those who are wondering, the model number is 1540, 1540. Let's see if we can get this bad boy open. And just up she goes on this side. Everything is off. We should be able to just lift this up. And again, there is another clip. Very, very loud. Now, this is where you have to be careful. There is a ribbon cable at the front of the console that attaches the case to the power. You pull this tab up like this, over this, and then you just simply pull on the tab at the front and remove the ribbon cable out. Slide it out. Simple as that. There we go. All right. I mean, I think it's water damage from what I'm looking at the moment. I mean, you look at that. What is all that? That's rust inside the USB. Look at the card. Look at the Wi-Fi antenna. What on earth? This doesn't look repairable in my opinion. Like these dots, they're all like rust dots. That's water, no? It's moisture. Kind of scared to attempt to turn this on, you know. I'm just going to disconnect the front here, which is the antenna cable. This is the speaker for when it makes the when you turn it on. There has to be spiders in here, and I'm not looking forward to that part because that is absolutely rank. You see all that? Look at that. Look at these cobwebs, man. What the flip? I'm going to take it further apart a little bit more. Just get the card off, give it a good clean, as well as take the case off and get some of these cobwebs off, and maybe the front daughter board as well, so we can see what's going on inside and how bad it actually is. I'm going to be using a Torx 9 for this. Maybe I might need to do the antenna first. Oh, there's one more. I mean, that just shows how dusty this whole thing is. Look at where the Wi-Fi antenna is compared to the rest of the board. The whole thing actually stinks, by the way. It's just caked, man. The whole thing is just caked with dust. There's been liquid damage, because look at that. That is just not normal. That rust. Yeesh. I should now just be able to lift up the casing from... But everything seems so sticky and just disgusting. Try and pry it open and see what happens. Oh my god, this sounds horrific. I hate spiders, right? Imagine all of these cobwebs in here. It's so sticky. My one, when I clean my Xbox, Bro, this thing just lifted off, but this is like stuck, you know? Oh my God, what am I breathing in? I feel like I need some flipping cinematic music to open this. My God. The more I look at this, the more I think that actually just giving it a damn good clean will fix it. But I mean, even the board itself is in absolutely vile condition, the whole thing. I'm going to start by cleaning it all, and I don't know how easy that's going to be, but I'm going to take everything outside and just take a brush and just go ham. Any loose components, etc. That, just got to remind myself that goes that way. Before I do that, let me just, should we look at the condition of the disk drive as well? Everything just needs a clean. This is the state of this board before we have done anything to it, guys, alright? Now, it is absolutely vile, disgusting, beyond belief. All of the rust, everything. I'm not too sure this is going to work. Look at that. I'm not sure it's going to work, but you know what? All we can do right now is try, give it a good clean, and I'll be back with you in a second. I've spent the past 15 minutes or so actually cleaning it out. There is one noticeable thing, which is a chip that has a lot of rust on. Right there. Or whatever that is. I don't even know necessarily if it's a chip. I'm gonna give that a decent clean because there's a lot around that area that just looks not quite right. There's also a line, which I'm gonna point to here, which runs across the whole board from the USB all the way down. If I get the lighting right on it, you can see it. I don't know if that's flux potentially, or damage, or liquid, whatever it is. But yeah, I've also cleaned the ports, so this port was absolutely filthy. I know it doesn't actually look like I've cleaned anything on this board, but trust me when I say it was absolutely filthy. This isn't dirt. This isn't dust, this is dirt. It's literally dirt. So that's gonna also be really tough to get off. I don't wanna go too far deep cleaning this if it doesn't work. I don't wanna waste my time. There's also, just really, really quickly, on these ports, there's some like red. See that? Like red? I don't know what that is. No idea. And the same down here. So I don't quite know what that is. Anyway, let's get the IPA and clean the obvious bits and see what happens. Now I'm just going to put bare bones minimum back together just to test it, because I haven't even seen if it turns on. Yeah, I just wanted to give it a good old clean because there was a lot of dust around the fan, etc. So let's do that now. If this does turn on, which I know is a very, very slim, I'm probably going to give this a 1% chance. If this does turn on, I'm going to be extremely shocked. So this is a known good power supply that I have for my Xbox. Works absolutely fine, no issues at all. So we'll just see what happens right now. Just going to plug it in. Not going to turn it on just yet. No explosions, which is obviously good. Let's actually get something running through it. You ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I'll put it back together a little bit more because I don't know if just touching this is meant to turn it on. Okay, I'm going to put the power in again. I've just attached the front connector is all. I'm going to try it. Still nothing. I've just put the fan on as well, so if you can hear a bit of a whirring noise, that's the fan. Still nothing. Okay, I've just attached the blue ribbon cable at the front, but that's still not having it, is it? I don't think it's going to make a difference if I push it harder, but no, it definitely doesn't turn on. Okay, cool. Next, I'm actually going to take out the heatsink because I want to see what's going on under there to see if there's any like obvious damage that I'm not able to look at, you know. And then if we do get this working, I will replace the thermal paste. I've never taken the fan out of one of these, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you just unclip that and lift. No other screws from what I can see. There's nothing on the back either. Doesn't seem to be anything else holding this down. Unless I need to get the motherboard out first before I rip it out, in which case there's a few more screws that we need to undo. I believe this one's for the USB port. And we've got 2 up here as well for the front panel. All holding the board in place, I'm going to assume. And of course we have to take the front bit off as well. Oh, that's how the daughter board connects to the motherboard. Is this this thing here? Wow, okay. And this thing does not look healthy. Look at the pins and stuff on that. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe this is liquid damage, hence why it's not powering on. But maybe the board does get power. We'll see. We'll see. Interesting. Deeper down the rabbit hole we go. So theoretically, we should now be able to just lift the board up now. That's where I think, honestly, if I just show you real quick what I'm looking at, I honestly feel like that could be the connector that's damaged. I reckon power's still going to the board when we put the connector in, but I feel like the on button doesn't work because there was some sort of water damage that went to it. So we have the clips on the back. What's all this? Is this all like flux? Is this all just dry flux? There's so much of it. Oh, snap my tweezer, man. That was difficult, Christ. Now that I've taken that off though, regardless, I think I have to put some stuff on, which I didn't want to have to, but it looks like it's in dying need of... This thermal paste is everywhere. Is this seriously how the factory do it? Thermal paste is everywhere, dude. I'm just going to get the remainder of this off, give it a good scrub with IPA around the CPU area, and then we're going to try again because I don't know really what I'm looking for, to be honest. I find it really satisfying taking thermal paste off. I don't know why. Thermal paste we're going for is MX4 thermal compound. I'm just going to go for a little blob. That should be enough. Now I've never actually put a CPU cooler back on for an Xbox, so we'll see how this goes. It could be very, very interesting. That was fairly easy. Easier than what I was expecting anyway. This is obviously where all the magic happens, isn't it? Where you push that magical one button and things just decide to work. Now I highly doubt this is going to work, but me and IPA have got on very well before. So, I mean, if it does work, I'll probably end up jumping around, but we'll see. I'm just thinking, can I put this back together as it is, or do I need to, as in, sorry, can I test it as it is, I wonder? Okay, so there's power going to it. Does it turn on? No. Wait. I can hear it. Something's happening. Listen to this, guys. Noise is coming from somewhere. And it stopped. What? Hold on a second. So it turned off and it turned on and turned off. Okay, I didn't hear that before. Sweet. Hold the phone. I'm just going to put it back together a little bit more and see what happens. The Xbox doesn't now turn on. It is the power brick that I can hear wearing up. So I can hear the power brick wearing up and then it just dies completely. So there's power to the power brick, but then the power just isn't going through the plug into the board, and it's definitely not making a connection or turning on. But I think the board is completely dead. I'm going to check one more thing though. I've then also double checked again, and it seems... Yes, the power brick is buzzing and making a noise, but there's more sound coming from the CPU fan area. And when I go to plug it in, watch the fan when I plug this in. Ready? I'm going to plug it in now. Watch the fan. See that? That little tick? So, and then I can hear it making like a whining noise. There's definitely... The power brick is fine, there's power going into the board, but it's just, I don't know why it's not turning on. I am gonna pack this one up now, but I do want to actually live stream this tomorrow at around about 2 PM GMT. That's gonna be the 6th of June. It won't be a long one, it will just be more of like a diagnosis, and then if I need to just bin the board off or get like a new chip or something, then we can order that and get it in. I'm a little bit gutted I wasn't able to fix it, but I go into this especially knowing that I'm probably not going to be able to fix it with the knowledge and previous experience that I have. However, I'm really looking forward to try to get it fixed, and I'll keep this until I can try and fix it. Unless the board, from what you guys think, is severely like water damaged and doesn't work, then we go again next time. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. There's a lot of rust, don't forget, like I said, and the ports at the front were a little bit screwed, but if we can just identify where the fault lies, and if it is water, for example, if there's somewhere on the board that will just, if it looks fairly obvious where it is, then I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments anyway. But tomorrow I'll see you on the live stream. Keep an eye out for the Discord. Feel free to join it. It's in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.